Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning from the 14th to the 20th of July in my Archer and Olive notebook, and this week I'm using B-Day from Plannerface. This was in the 2024 mystery and it's just a super cute bee themed kit, and it has a couple extra full boxes that mean that it can kind of work for any sort of celebration. So this week we went to a family barbecue, and it was like a family barbecue that's been hosted by the same family for like 30 years, and this was the last one, so I wanted a kit that kind of commemorated that. I'm also using this silver daisy foil again from Plannerface. I don't have any bougie boxes this week, so I'm just using the full box overlays and the washi overlays and stuff. But yeah, I can't remember if this art has been re-released yet, but it will be soon because all exclusive art from Plannerface gets re-released eventually. I keep forgetting to say in videos, but I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money and also mention me for a seasonal freebie. But as always, I have all of my stickers pulled out of my Plannerface reusable sticker album and my planning notes in front of me, so we can get started with the base of this spread. Okay, so I'm just going to do my usual sidebar to start us off. I think I'll go green for... oh, actually no, I had a different idea. So this week I was going to use this piece of deco from the kit and just kind of overlay it a little bit. Oh, I might actually put that flag behind it. Do a little collage moment. Okay. Get that down here. And then I just have a silver July script from Plannerface. That's super cute. And then I'll use one of the yellows in the sidebar as well. There's a lot of yellow in this kit. It's a very like sunny kit. I really like there's several different boxes in here, so you could use this for a birthday, you could use it for like a baby shower, you could use it for in my case a barbecue. So I think we'll go with this tall box. I've done my long sidebar, which I don't normally do when I have a tall box, but we'll work the spacing out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm already going a little bit wonky. Okay, that'll be fine. And then my habit tracker. Just try and squish all this up so that I can get as much out of a full box at the bottom as I can. And then I wanted to use the thanks for being here box down here. So yeah, this week I had the Monday off because I was originally supposed to be doing coaching last week, but I just ended up having like a long weekend, and I'm going to just leave the bottom of this sidebar until I've got everything else down. Do date covers. I've pre-dated these already with the silver date dots from the foil bundle. Yeah, so I had the Monday off this week, so I've changed my layout to have a full day for Monday. And then I also I think this is going to be the first time in this planner that I don't have a full box on Saturday, or I might do, I was thinking about doing a extender but not having two boxes on each side of it, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that because I don't have foil underlays to like really anchor that extender down, and I don't have any of the like extenders that you can buy, just because I'm always like, I'll never need these, and then it always, as with everything, I'm like, I'll never need this, and then I immediately need it. But yeah, this week was just kind of chill week at work. This was the week that Reggie had his dental appointment, and unfortunately he is going to have some more dental treatment, but he did really well with his like first experience of the dentist. He seemed completely unbothered by it. I think he was just upset that we left him at the vet's all day, which is what we were supposed to do. I didn't just leave him there. It was one of those things where you like drop them off in the morning, and then because he has to be under anaesthetic, he was going to be there all day, and then you pick him up after he's recovered from the anaesthetic enough. But yeah, he seemed a little bit annoyed at us for leaving him at the vet's. Also, it's like heartbreaking. He did not want to go with the vet nurse who like came out to get him when I dropped him off. So like I started leaving and she was like, no, come on, we were going this way. And he was trying to follow me and it was, yeah, I don't like leaving him at the vet's. But in a couple of weeks, we will have to do that all again. Now, I wasn't sure about washi. I have a 15mm strip, but it's very bee themed. And I know this is a bee themed kit, but like, I don't want to lean into the bees too much. And oh, the 15mm strip is the same as the date covers. Problem solved. I was also worried about like what pattern would go with the foil washi. I'll come back in and do all the foil at once in a minute. Yeah, then on Saturday this day we had I like trained on my own in the morning, and then we had a friend's birthday barbecue at like lunchtime, and then the family barbecue, like the kind of main thing for this week, the family barbecue, in the afternoon. And I drank a little bit too much, so I had a very, very lazy Sunday where I basically just didn't do anything at all. So there's one full box in this kit that I definitely wanted to use, and I think I'll use it on Sunday, which is this one, because they had a photo wall at the barbecue of like photos from like the last 30 years. And it kind of looked like that. They weren't Polaroids, but yeah, it was like just photos from all across the years. It's like my partner's family friend, so I've been going to this barbecue for like 10 years. There's a lot of like cakes and like birthday things in this kit as well, which I'm gonna try to avoid using. And there's 2 double boxes, which again, I don't have anywhere to put a double box. So I'll go with this Fashion Girl. Oh no, let's go with this one. Pop that down there. Actually, if I put that one up the top. And then this one, I think, down the bottom. Then if I do decide to add an extender into Saturday, it'll be at the top, and I won't be covering up like the most important bit of the end of the day. I'll be covering up the bit at the beginning when it was like, I'm just training at home. Okay, let's do some overlays. I'll start with all the glitter headers. I don't use silver very often. I think I use the underlays for this this foil bundle when I last used silver, because I was using up like the leftovers of a kit. But yeah, I really didn't feel like going full underlay this week. Also because full underlay really bogs up my journal. And I have a full underlay week coming soon because it's nearly my birthday. So like this planner's holding up fine with like all of the stuff that I put in it, but it's getting to that point where it's like you're starting to feel the planner chunk. And we're only in July. Okay. Okay, well that was the most stressful planner thing I think I've ever done in my life. Whew. I'd like just stuck this one corner on slightly wrong. I've cracked the foil a little bit, but at least it's not. Oh, that was a horrible noise. Oh. At least I can cope with cracked foil. I can't cope with like some ripped up toolbox. But yeah, as with all sort of book-bound planners, I am very much getting into that planner chunk situation. I feel like I am going to do an extender. Just feel like it's missing something, you know? Okay, I'm going to go with this one for this box down here. I really didn't want the foil to be over the text. And then the border, I think, for the photos. And then we'll go all four corners there. I need to remember that I have like other foil bits, like icons and stuff. It's not just, this is the only foil. I'm just not used to doing foil without underlays at the moment. Okay, I need something to put down here. Might use a little bit of this washi. And then if I use this kit again, I'll just have to make sure that I do another long sidebar. And this should be 15 mil. 15 mil, yeah. And we'll just pop a little bit of overlay over that. Okay, I think that's looking super cute. The silver doesn't really show up. Well, glossy foil doesn't really show up fantastically under my lights anyway. Oh, that's going, yeah. That is the base of this spread. I'm still unsure about the extender here. I think I'll have to wait until it's all finished before I decide that. But let's start getting down some plans so that I can decide what I want to do with full boxes on Saturday. Okay, so starting off on Monday, I just plan to have like a lazy gaming day this day. So we'll start off with a little peach moment. So nice lazy gaming day. So this was when this new Sims pack had just come out and I basically just played Sims for a lot of the day. Because that was what I wanted to do with my time off. I then set up my lifting journal for the week and had a bit of a YouTube binge. Yeah, had a bit of a YouTube binge. Like I was watching some bits and pieces while I was setting my lifting journal, while I was like playing Sims. I really need to get a second monitor to make that a bit easier. I might take that yellow out and replace it with the green. Then I've used all the colours up straight away. Okay, green. And then this evening I went to team training. So I realised that because this week I wouldn't be able to go to training on Saturday because of how busy it was, I figured I would go on this day instead. And then came back in the evening and just had a bit of a lazy evening. I thought I'd done really well on the spacing here, and then just at the end, it's not quite what I want. So hopefully I can just rearrange a couple. Okay, cute. So for having a lazy gaming day, I just have a little foil icon from the foil bundle. For playing Sims for a lot of the day, I have a squidge with a plumb bob. For my training journal, I have the pen pot doodle from the kit. And then for my YouTube binge, I have one of the TV doodles from the kit. For team training, I have vanilla weightlifting and a team training script, which is a custom from Plannerface. And then for just my lazy evening, I just have, I think this is like pillows. It might be presents though. But it's just some deco from the kit. So moving on to Tuesday, I was working from home this day. Love having a Monday off because it means that my first work day is from home instead of in the office. Let's put that down a little bit less wonky. Yeah, so working from home this day. And And then while I was working, I got the call that Reggie's test results from the week before were all fine, so he was okay to have his dental on the Thursday. And then I did not get, okay, we're going to use one of these for training. We'll use these for training this week. This pink peach was like really difficult to colour match, and I do not think I would be able to find an event label to mark in training with the right thing. But I have the extra sheet, so I have these kind of similarly sized labels. Yeah, so Reggie's test results were all good, which was excellent. And then why did I have those two things the same colour? Oh, I know why. It's because I always like to have my labels match the colour of the thing that they're on, and I didn't have a light yellow. This one is supposed to be light yellow. Okay, I see what I've done now. Light yellow. Okay, and then our protein subscription arrived. Took a while to get my brain in gear for that. I've got a whole sheet of little things, so protein subscription arriving, because that doesn't need to be huge. And then I just had a bit of a YouTube binge again, which will be yellow. The two yellows in this kit are throwing me off. I just realised I have the tiniest icon for this YouTube binge, because I didn't think it would be this small. This big even. Okay, so for working from home I have vanilla, and because I have a foil bundle I also have a work script. And then for Reggie's test results being okay, I just have the paw print doodle from the kit. For training I have a dumbbells version 2 from Plannerface and a custom snatch script. And then for our protein subscription arriving I have a little shaker cup. And then for YouTube binge I just have a TV icon from the foil bundle. On Wednesday, I've just realised I seem to mark this all the time, but Wednesday I was just real tired after work, so this is going to be a really boring day. So I was working in the office and using a patterned third box, and then because I didn't have much to mark this day, I'm marking in uploading my video for the week, which you'll notice I only really do when I need more things to mark in on Wednesday. I then wanted to mark in that I was so tired. Well, we'll put in, I was just going to mark playing some Sims, so I'll mark that in on this. So then if I get a yellow little, like a yellow, light yellow, yeah. Light yellow, so got light yellow. Not super keen on having both the yellows next to each other, but I think that's just going to happen with this kit. And then a green to end the day. Okay, so for work this day I have Vanilla being scared of her to-do list. I cannot remember what happened to this day, but I had a lot to do apparently. And then I have another work script from the foil bundle. I then have a laptop doodle from the kit for my upload, and I have Lottie feeling tired for feeling tired, and a tired script again from the foil bundle. I've then got a controller. I don't play Sims on controller, but at this point I have made a paper trial order that hasn't arrived yet, so I am running out of gaming stickers. And then I have the pillow doodle from the kit just to mark in that I had an early night. Okay, moving on to Thursday. I had to drop Reggie off at the dentist before work, and I kind of want to mark this in big because like it was quite a big thing. So we're going to use a swatch for Reggie going to the dentist. I have like picking him up as well, so if I can't fit that in, then I can't fit that in. I was working from home this day, so I will use this to mark in working from home. And then once Reggie was all good, we could go and pick him up. So I was thinking that I was going to be picking him up like during work, but we ended up being able to, he ended up not being ready until like after I would normally finish work. So I went and picked up Regal, and he seemed like completely unbothered by the fact he'd been at the dentist, which I was really thankful for, because I hate the idea of him being all sad. So then I did my training, because I felt okay to like go do my training, because my partner could look after Reggie and make sure he was okay. Okay, I didn't think that this would all fit very well, but the dentist is being that big, because I've got a sticker for it to be that big. Okay, we'll just squish these up a bit. Okay, nice. Right, so for Reggie being at the dentist, I normally put it on the other side. Okay, well, we had to move everything for this one. Let's put you there. We have Lottie with listening to a dog with a stethoscope. And then for work, I just have another vanilla, the silver work script from the kit. For picking Reggie up, I have just the little car doodle from the foil bundle. And then for training, I have Dumbbells version 2. Again, not the best green match, but we'll get over it. And a jerk script from Plannerface. And then in the evening, I just watched some Dark History. So I've just got a little bit of deco from the kit to mark that in. So I realised at this point in the week, I hadn't used a lot of deco from the kit, but we'll get to a lot of it on Saturday. Moving on to Friday. On Friday, I was in the office again, and this Friday was an incredibly stressful day. I had a bunch of meetings. There was loads of urgent work to do. I was so stressed out. So I just came home, and me and Becca played some Baldur's Gate, because I could not think anymore. I was tired. I was over it. And of course, we also had a couple drinks at home because of how that week had been at work. And then kind of late in the evening, I was going to go to bed, and then there was a massive, and I mean massive, cricket in the office. And because I don't have a lot to mark this day, I'm marking in that there was a massive cricket. So we were just like watching some YouTube, and I think this is when I'd finished playing Baldur's Gate, and I was just kind of winding down. And yeah, I noticed there was just this massive cricket going up the wall. I swear it was like this big. It was huge. And I don't like bugs at the best of times. I especially don't like bugs when they can fly. I don't like when they can move in 3 dimensions. So yeah, my partner had to get rid of that. So for work, I just have vanilla spiraling under a to-do list and a work script. For gaming, I have another paper shire doodle. For drinks at home, I have this bit of deco from the kit. And then for the big cricket, I have a swear jar vanilla, because I didn't really know how else to mark it. I don't particularly buy bug stickers. So, okay, moving on to Saturday. I'm going to start off this day by marking that it was our friend's birthday. So, different friend to the friend whose barbecue is going to be. Anyway, I started off the day by training at home, because I needed to train and I wasn't going to be able to go over to team training this day. Not a massive fan of doing a Saturday session on my own in the garage, but we got through it. I then did my hair and makeup, because we were going to be out for like a lot of the day. I'm probably going to have to change the sizing of all of this. Yeah, the first barbecue that we were at was our friend's birthday barbecue. So we went over there. I've written in my planning notes that we had a dramatic reading of a book. So there's this like kids book that one of our friends told her other friends about. It's called Who Stole My Hat? And all of the parents that I'm friends with really loved this book. And there's some people that came to the barbecue that hadn't read it themselves before. So another one of our friends did a dramatic reading of it for a couple of the kids and also our friends that hadn't read it before. So I just wanted to mark that in because it was like, it was really cute. You know, and it's just like, just a sort of like stupid thing, but it's like adorable. We then had to do a quick change. Yeah. So we went back home and gave Reggie a walk. So I'd walked him in the morning. He was still on like short walks from the dentist. So yeah, we walked him a little bit in the morning, we walked him a little bit in between, so that we knew that he'd had like enough exercise and everything. And then we drove to barbecue number 2. So barbecue number 2, I will mark in with this one. Yeah. So barbecue number 2. The sun came out at this point. It had been kind of okay weather. It was trying to rain a little bit, but it was okay weather. And then I wanted to mark in that we caught up. So we caught up with a bunch of people. If you haven't been to this barbecue for a couple of, we missed it last year because my partner wasn't very well. So we haven't seen some of these people for like 2 years because we only see them at this barbecue. And then at the end of the barbecue, our friends who my partner kind of introduced got engaged. And it was adorable. And then I'm just gonna mark at the end of the day, driving home. Yeah, so I was like, I'd had quite a few drinks at this point, and like everyone kind of was like gathered around and weirdly quiet, and I couldn't work out what was going on. And then Joe started to propose, and I was like, oh my god. And I'm in the back of their proposal video, just like hands clamped over mouth, like in shock. I am so proud of myself for fitting all of that in. Still not 100% sure if I want to do an extender, but if I do, I'll have to just take up one of these at the top. So for our friend's birthday, I have the balloon doodle from the kit. For training, I have dumbbells version 2, and I have a solo sesh script, which is another custom from Plannerface. Hair and makeup, I have the shampoo bowl from the kit. For our friend's birthday barbecue, I have some deco. The dramatic reading of Who Stole My Hat, I have the book doodle from the kit. Our midday walkies for Reggie, I have a paw print doodle. And then our drive, I have the car doodle from the kit. I've just realised that I also have a birthday script from the foil bundle. I don't think I've pulled out enough stuff for the second barbecue. So for barbecue number 2, okay, let's do the cake. And then for the sun finally coming out, I have sunshine. For catching up with everyone, I found this picnic table deco. Yeah, so I have this picnic table deco doodle, I think it's from a sampler. And then I just pulled out the heart from the kit, but I think I'll just use that for like driving home. And I'll find something else to mark in that we're getting engaged. Okay, I just have this vanilla because I don't know what else to pick. And that's kind of how I looked in the background. I don't think I am gonna do an extra full box because it would cover like down to here. And it's just these bits that I don't mind covering. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, on to Sunday. Sunday was a complete write-off because I had too much fun. So I'm gonna start off the day with a square box, and that is for being hungover. I then had a super lazy day on the sofa, so I'm just gonna pop in that one for super lazy day. I had a bit of a YouTube binge. I kind of planned for this day to be a bit of a write-off. Like, I haven't had a complete write-off Sunday for a while, so I'm not too mad at myself about it. And then we got Domino's because like how was I going to be cooking anything? Oh no, wait, I did manage to do some, not like much of my Sunday reset, but I did a little bit of tidying, mostly tidying up after myself, but still counts. And then we got Domino's because yeah, I wasn't going to be cooking. And then to end off the day, I just put in that I had an early night, so again, just gonna pop one of these in. I'm quite surprised I managed to get 6 things out of a day where I did absolutely nothing. So, hungover, super lazy sofa day, YouTube binge, a little tidy up, pizza, and then I have the takeaway script from the foil bundle, and then just a little bit of deco for my early night. Okay, so that is all of my stickers down for the week. I'm super happy with how this has turned out. I might actually add in, there's these little flowers at the bottom of the foil, so I think I'm gonna add these in everywhere. I don't think I usually use these little bits at the bottom, but hopefully, because I haven't used underlays, it will make the foil a little bit more foily. Yeah, just some little hints of it everywhere. Cool, I'm gonna go fill all this out and I will be back with the finished spread. So here's the spread all filled out and I'm really happy with how this one is looking. I'm kind of glad that I haven't got a full box on this page on Saturday because it really shows off just how much we got done in this one day. There's a little foil wiggle, so I'm really happy that, again, that I put those little flower pieces all over the spread so that there's that little pop of foil wherever you look. But that is everything for this video, friends. If you made it this far in the video, please leave me a beat emoji in the comments. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!